You know, I've said it once, and I'll say it again. The fact that crap like this gets to be put onto the big screen and Metal fucking Apocalypse, Army of the Goddamn Doomstar, went straight to Blu-ray is bullshit. I'm pissed. Oh, not just because of the movie I'm reviewing, but also because this is the second time I've had to record this review.
My favorite nephew. Look at you.
This morning, God told me I'm supposed to empower all the women of the world.
God wants you to be pimping? Huh?
I have an idea, and I'm gonna need you to commit to it.
I'll do anything for you, God.
I need you to become a writer.
I don't know nothing about writing.
Do you know what a plot point is?
No!
A good storyline?
Hell no, I never heard that.
Not Another Church Movie is a new quote-unquote comedy that is somehow out in theaters right now. And this movie is about... I have no idea. Heck, I can't think of the last time I struggled this hard to describe the plot of the movie. Usually the movie doesn't even have a story. I can come up with something resembling a plot. But this? I cannot tell you the slightest ounce of what this is about. So what the IMDb synopsis says is that Taylor Ferry is commanded by God to write a movie inspired by his crazy dysfunctional family, but the devil has his own devious plans. Okay, I guess that's true that that's the closest thing to a story, but I say story in the loosest of freaking ways, because not only can this thing not stick to a story, but also it is just 90 minutes of unfunny skits crammed and chopped up to make a movie. And I mean this when I say it, this might be one of the worst movies I have ever seen in theaters. Not in general, but in theaters. First off, just look at it. Look at it! I have no idea what the budget on this movie was, but good God, this thing is so cheap looking that it makes my videos, the videos where I just sit on my ass and talk and watch movies, have more of a budget and better quality than the sad, sorry excuse for a motion picture. And it's funny that I bring up the budget, because if you go online looking for the budget for this movie, you cannot find it anywhere. Me and a friend looked desperately hard to find it. We couldn't find it anywhere. It's not even on IMDb. They wanted to let you know so hard that this movie sucks that they're like, we don't want them knowing what the budget for this was. $8. It was $8 freaking dollars. It's so low budgeted that there is a scene where the Madea ripoff known as Madude goes around a house cutting stuff with a toy chainsaw. I am not making that up. Goes around the house cutting things with a toy chainsaw, but they edit it to where before she actually cuts anything, it's in half. Because they had no budget to actually fully cut something in half, plus they're using a toy friggin' chainsaw! Another thing is that this movie has no idea how to be a comedy or just funny in general. As I said, it is just a bunch of unfunny skits crammed into 90 minutes, and a majority of them don't connect to what is supposed to be the story. We'll be trying to follow the quote-unquote main story of the movie, but then our crappy-ass narrator will be like, you know, did I ever tell you about Madude's Halloween? Cut to a skit that is copy and paste Madea's Halloween. Like, you know that scene in the movie where she punches the clown in the face? Yeah, that is done exactly here. And I'm like, what is the joke there? You just referenced a movie. It's like those fucking movies from those two guys who did like epic movie, disaster movies, starving games, all those. You know what I'm talking about. And it's just like those where the joke is that they just reference the freaking movie. And then another running joke is that they just say titles to other Tyler Perry movies. Like, see right there? That's Daddy's Little Girls. Or I Met the Browns last week. Or, I'm sorry, The Blacks. Or it was something stupid like that. But the worst one of all is when they literally look at the camera and say, looks like my dude's going to jail. Hell, that scene is so cheap that they couldn't even afford actual police cars, so they just slapped cops onto the front of some cars. Jamie Foxx is in the movie playing God in front of some god-awful green screen, no pun intended there, and it really feels like they had him only for a day because he really doesn't do much, and what they do have him do is just say random stuff that has nothing to do with anything. And then for the rest of the movie, they just have him in like static on TVs where he's just out of the picture in general. But holy shit. Mickey Rourke shows up as the devil, don't ask me where they pulled him out of, and he's completely pointless to the story, and he stands in front of even worse green screen than Jamie Foxx, and yes, I feel terrible for the both of them for being in this. You know damn well that there is no way in hell that anyone in this movie said yes to this, besides maybe Vivica A. Fox, and I'm only saying that because, well, she was in Cool Cat Saves the Kids. If she will say yes to this motherfucker, she will say yes to goddamn anything. I said there's narration in the movie, and that tries to remind us on what the hell is going on, and it doesn't help one bit. And as a parody, it doesn't work in the slightest. And let's be honest with ourselves, it's really hard to parody Tyler Perry when some of his dramas are more comedies than this. I've mentioned the character of Madude, who is just supposed to be Medea, and it's not really parody when those scenes play out exactly like a normal Medea scene would in one of those movies. Do you actually want to know what they think of his comedy in this movie? There's one scene towards the end where they do a montage of some sort. Even Rocky had a montage. Yeah, I'd rather been watching South Park or Team America. But anyway, they do a montage, and there's just one there's one bit where he's like covered his face in baby food. The main actor I'm talking about the main actor. He's covered his face in baby food, and he's wearing a bib, and I'm like, what is the joke there? How is that funny? How is this a comedy? How does this get made? Again, I've seen better movies that have gone straight to freaking DVD. Oh, you know how this is called not another church movie? It almost has nothing to do with church or religion or anything. Like, they don't even go to church till the end of the movie, till during the, I want to say, climax? I guess that's what you freaking call it. But I will say, if this was to spoof on those kinds of religious movies, I guess I would say the one thing they kind of get right is that those movies usually can't stick to a story either. Well, some of them, like the really bad ones. Like, you remember I Can? Of course you don't. Nobody saw that movie. But it was my worst movie of the year. Go check out my worst of the year video. It's pretty funny, that bit. Okay, you know what? I honestly have nothing else to say about this movie. Honestly, the only reason I reviewed it was because I went and saw it, and mostly because of the grade I'm going to be giving it. So, not to shock the shit out of you, but I'm going to be giving Not Another Church Movie a big fat F. Fuck this movie! You know, I don't know how many of you watching this watch Stone Gremlin Productions. You know, Brad Jones, he plays a cinema snob. Well, years ago, he made a spoof movie called Jesus Bro, which is a spoof on all those really bad religious movies that you've seen, like God's Not Dead, Heaven is Toast for Reals, Yo, The Identical, all of those. And good God, is that a better spoof than we got here? Because that actual writing, it was funny, they knew what they were doing, and I'm so sorry. How did this get made? And how did this get put in the theaters? Honestly, just watch Jesus Bro. Watch Metalocalypse Army of the Doomstar. Please watch this movie and tell me that you think it also should have been in theaters, because I'm sorry, I'm just pissed. I'm rambling. I'm pissed. And honestly, if someone was to come up to me and tell me that this movie didn't exactly piss them off, I'd be like, yeah, okay. But the reason this really pissed me off, besides the fact that it was in theaters, is the fact that why are we bringing these movies back of all things? Okay, so that was something. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, turn the notification bell. I'll be back later with more reviews for much better movies. And I'll see you then.